So, there was some news yesterday with the U.S. and the World Cup. What are your thoughts about Atlanta and Dallas
Yeah.
getting to host games?
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, obviously it hasn't happened in a while for the U.S. Hosting, and I think it's probably the right time. You see how well our national team's doing right now, and how much our country's grown over the years and built into soccer. And yeah, I think it's a huge opportunity, and especially to have it here in Atlanta and all over the country. I think it's an amazing opportunity.
How can it potentially grow the sport in Atlanta?
I think it could be huge. I mean, obviously our fans are amazing and show up in numbers, but to make it almost a worldwide event and have our kind of stadium hosted is incredible, especially with the amount of people we can actually hold in the stadium. It'll be an amazing atmosphere and obviously great for the city.
And then earlier in the week, the new TV deal was announced, going from $80 million a year to what is it, $250 million a year. What is that going to mean for the growth of the sport?
I mean, I don't really know. I don't know much about TV or money and all that stuff. But I mean, if it's going up, it can only be a good thing. So that's all I gotta say.
Emerson, you got your first kind of start from the beginning of the game in the match against Pachuca. How do you think you played? How do you feel? Kind of how have you improved over this kind of break in the season to get to train hard?
Yeah, I think it was the break was pretty good for me just because I kind of got to relax a bit and focus on the things I could improve on after a long stretch of games and training, which I hadn't done for obviously a long time. So for me, I feel a lot more confident than before the break, and just getting those minutes from the start really helped me with my confidence, and really just need to keep growing into the role, the position, everything, and get used to the guys more and more. But I thought, for first time out starting, I thought it was pretty solid.
We got the news that Aiden McFadden is joining the team. What have you noticed from him, just training with him? I don't know how long he's been with you guys, but what have you noticed from him?
No, he's a great guy, works really hard. He's very talented, obviously. He's a quick guy and likes to get crossed in the box, very attacking-minded fullback. So for us, it's a positive. It's another quality player to add for competition, and yeah, delighted for him.
Pineda said that he liked two things about you against Pachuca. Number one, your ability to connect from the defense to the attacking players, and your defense. He said he didn't know about your defense until that game. Were those conversations y'all had before Pachuca, just about what to expect?
Yeah, a little bit. For me, it was, he mentioned just the kind of intensity is all I really needed to kind of get back into my game, which, is all the tackles and the, closing down, that kind of stuff, which is probably what I found the most difficult coming back, just because you're waiting for contact. And obviously it was in the back of my mind when I first got in. So, now I think it's kind of crept out mentally out of my game. So now I'm able to just focus on what's in front of me. So, yeah, I think I'm improving day by day.
Are you 90 minutes fit now at this point, do you think?
It's hard to say. I mean, I obviously played 45. I kind of got to take it steps at a time like that. But I'm ready for I'm available to play. So as long as I can do a job for however long I can do it for. Obviously, I can do 45, and who says I can't do 90? So I'm just kind of taking it like that.
And this is an important game. It's the last home game before y'all go on the road for three tough places to play. How important is it to get 3 points on Sunday?
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, anytime we play at home, we want to win. It's like anybody else in the league, especially with our stadium, our fans, the amount of attention we bring. So I think it's hugely important to get a result, especially, like you said before, 3 away games in a row. So, yeah, it's massive.
Is that game against Pachuca, I mean, I know it's a friendly, but and not really speaking about the result, but just getting out there and being able to play against another team, that kind of give you some momentum heading into this?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, any break's a long break for athletes, So, for us, it was good to kind of get everyone on the field also. That was, I think, a huge positive. Everyone's going to feel fresh going into Miami, regardless of the role. And, yeah, I think it was a huge boost for us. We trained really, really hard, but nothing's like a game. So I think it was good prep.
Is it going to be odd to not have Pineda on the sideline on Sunday?
Yeah, it's going to be strange. I mean, I think it's the first time we've had him on the sideline really for a game. So, obviously we're doing preparation like he'll be there on it, just like on a match day. But, we obviously have trust in all the coaches behind the scenes, and yeah, we just hope to deliver.
How important is it to come off the break and get points?
I think it's huge. I mean, like I said, we put in so much work in training and good hard work. We're all confident with what we've done, and obviously you got to show it on match day. So for us, it's putting all the hard work we put in training into practice into the game. So we definitely want to come out 3 points.
Miami Miami well? What do they do that's challenging?
Obviously, they have good players. They kind of mixed it up from last year, so they have. I think they work a little bit harder in a way in the midfield and a little bit up front. They press a little bit more than they used to. So, for us, it's just being aware of what they have and being ready for it. But obviously, we want to put our stamp on the game and attack. We're at home, and we want to go score. All good?
Thanks, appreciate it.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Have a good one.
Who's going to manage the team on Sunday?
The players. I mean, they are in control of everything. Once the referee whistles, the players are in control of everything. Rob is going to take the main role on the bench, but I think they all will contribute. Diego and Eugenio. Eugenio has a lot of experience, but for this one, Rob is going to take kind of the lead.
You said after the Pachuca game that Rios Novo was going to be in conversations for a start against Miami. Has that been decided?
We haven't had that conversation. We're having that conversation tomorrow.
Okay.
He's in conversation for sure, so we will see. I'm not a big fan of giving my lineup and all that, so we will see who is. I don't have many options. I have only Bobby and him, so one of those two.
Well, y'all could be announcing a player if you want to confirm that.
Yes, I could. Yes, I could.
Well, you guys didn't announce one player with Aiden this morning.
Yes.
What have you seen from him? I know you talked about him a little bit before the Pachuca game, but
Yeah.
just what do you hope he can add?
Yes, we had him in preseason. We really like what we saw. He's a player that, number one, comes always with 100% energy in every training session. That's number one. He is full committed to make something for his life or his career. So that's number one. We are impressed with his ethic work in the training sessions. He's someone that is been learning a lot from Brooks, from Andrew Goodman. He's learning that position. He was a winger in earlier stages, so he has a lot of ability in the final third, but defensively at times it was his weakness, and he's been working a lot on that. He's been having good performances with the second team, and every time we need him, he's good. Actually, he played some games in preseason starting for us. So we like what we see in terms of intensity, physicality, the way he reads the plays is very good. So he's going to stay for a few weeks with us.
It was a big night last night, obviously, with the World Cup. Where did you watch it? Where did you kind of take in the news? What was kind of paint us a picture of like where you were when everything was going down?
Sorry, I was here working, and I read it through social media. Some of you announced it, and I was just reading some of you guys, and that's how I heard the news. To be honest, it was expected to me. Like, I don't see why Atlanta shouldn't be there. Actually, I think it's one of the best cities to host big games. Has everything, in my opinion. So later we will see the schedules and all that, but I expect Atlanta to have a lot of the good games for the World Cup. It's going to be great. Today I asked the players, like, who's going to be there playing for his national team? Who's going to be there in 4 years? And who has that mentality from now, preparing for 4 years now, playing the Mercedes-Benz with their national team and singing the national anthem in there? Like, it's going to be nice to see something like that.
How will it help grow the sport in the city and the state?
It's going to be massive. I mean, I come from a country that already organized 2 World Cups, Mexico, and even though I don't remember the World Cup because I was 4, the '86, it was something that for sure provided a lot of momentum to the city, to kids that wanted to play like Maradona in those days, and they wanted to be that, and to be able to watch that live in your stadium, in your city, to that atmosphere that World Cups bring to the countries is just fantastic. So I'm just excited for the momentum that MLS has, the momentum that the U.S. national team has with a lot of young talented players, and the momentum with in 4 years organizing a World Cup in here is going to be massive for the development of the soccer culture in America.
You said you were 4 years old?
Yes.
Would you have played soccer had the World Cup not been in Mexico?
Yeah, probably yes.
Okay.
Since 1 I was kicking a ball, so so
Okay.
yes, probably yes.
Okay. And the TV deal got announced last week. Massive increase in annual revenue. What is that going to do for the exposure of the league and to help develop the league?
Well, I think the league has proved that every time there's income, they reinvest it in the league, and that's something that I admire about this league is that they have a long-term vision of things. And this TV deal, we heard about this like a few years ago. So the plans are going as planned, I would say. $200 million per year is not, you know.
Chump change.
Yeah, exactly. It's good amount of money, and I know the MLS will reinvest this in the league, and I think it's gonna also help with that momentum that the league has to grow even more. And I'm just excited about being part of that growth.
As a player and coach, do you have a? How would you like to see the money spent to help the league grow?
Well, probably more in academies. That's what I would
Okay.
say. Like I would like to see more earlier stages of academies. What we always talk about, many youth academy systems not being for free for people that want to just to play soccer for fun, kids that want to play soccer for fun, and it's always charged big money. So something like that, some programs and more spent on those areas. I would like to say that the future is always young players. The future of any country is young players, young people. So we have to reinvest on that. But also the fans. I would like to see better experiences for fans. I think what they have in every match that I see is good experiences, good atmospheres, good environment. They feel safe. They feel in having a good time, a good moment when they watch football at home, grabbing a beer in the standings. Like it's nice to be there. So I would like something for them, but obviously for the soccer players is the number one priority.
Gonzalo, no, dale.
Where would you say the team is coming back from the break?
I think it's in a good moment, I would say. Like some players coming back from injuries, and especially after this victory against Pachuca, like it was a good test for us against a very good opponent, and the team is playing good football. They are enjoying playing football to attack and to be able to reproduce that every match. So we are in a key moment of the season. This kind of the middle, 1/3, the middle of the season, and we have to start to catch up with points in order to qualify or stay above the playoffs line, and we have to start to produce more points based on the good football they've been producing. So we are in that key moment of the season where we have to start to fix some little things and start to get more points.
You know Miami, what probably skills are.
Yes, they're a team that have a belief, I would say. They're tough to beat. They're a team that probably they don't attack in a flashy way, that they dominate in possession, but they are very dangerous in transition. They have a forward that is in a very good shape, like Campana. They have fast wingers on the flanks that can counter. They have very good center mids, Gregory, Mota. They have good movement of the ball. Their fullbacks, especially DeAndre, he likes to overlap at pace. So they have a lot of threats out of a team that prefers at times to be more solid in the middle block and just wait for counters, but they defend very well. They are very well organized, very well coached. So it's going to be a difficult task for us, but we're going to face it in the same way. We're going to try to attack, try to commit a lot of numbers in the front foot, but we will try to be cautious also with protecting ourselves from the counters.
As someone who's played in the World Cup and looking at the stadiums then compared to the stadiums now, where does Atlanta rank? Or where does Mercedes-Benz rank as far as stadiums from your perspective?
Well, we had pretty good stadiums in Germany in 2006, so it's hard to say, but I would say like Mercedes-Benz is obviously top in the world. It's one of the best stadiums certainly in the world. It has everything. So I would say there are many stadiums now in America that are also soccer specific, and they are top class. So I would say that, yeah, if something, the US has very good stadiums.
Gonzalo, están en un momento del campeonato clave donde hay que ganar. ¿Cuánto puede contribuir la victoria contra Pachuca para ganar en confianza en el equipo?
Sí, creo que ayudó mucho, creo que el equipo se sintió bien, se sintió cómodo en la cancha, sabíamos que era un rival bastante complicado, de gran nivel en México y el equipo se supo adaptar y por momentos superar a ese rival, entonces creo que el equipo le dio confianza a esa parte, decir, nos quitamos un poquito el polvo y nos sentimos bien. Ojalá que eso nos alcance para ganar los partidos, porque al final el partido pasado con Miami fue un partido que dominamos tremendamente, pero perdimos, entonces ese buen accionar, ese buen fútbol tiene que reflejarse y empezar a reflejar ya en puntos y en esa estamos, tratar de conseguir 2 o 3 victorias al hilo para en verdad crear ese ambiente positivo se puede ganar de esta manera, ¿no?
¿Qué tenés que cuidar de Miami? ¿Cómo te imaginás el partido? ¿Cómo lo planificás?
Sí, tenemos que cuidar las contras de ellos y los centros al área, ¿no? Sabemos que tienen buenos centradores. Campana es un delantero que está en muy buena forma futbolística, es prácticamente el referente al frente para ellos, no solo futbolístico, pero emocional también. Parece que cuando él hace bien las cosas, su equipo se motiva. Entonces es un equipo difícil por eso. Se agrupa muy bien en un muy buen bloque, 4-4-1, 4-4-1-1, 4-5-1 y de repente cuesta romper las líneas y penetrar, es que tendremos que ser muy pacientes para también no regalar nada en la contra, pero seguir con la misma mentalidad de tratar de atacar en cuanto veamos una ventanita, un espacio, tratar de romper esas líneas, tratar de ir por la siguiente.
Se habla mucho del mercado de pases, del mercado de fichajes, hay muchos rumores, no te voy a preguntar nombres, quédate tranquilo, lo que sí quiero saber, ¿qué posiciones estás buscando para reforzar al equipo?
Bueno, es claro que hemos tenido lesiones claves en algunas posiciones, ¿no? El caso de la portería, el caso de los defensas, los contenciones, conoce a Alonso. Ahorita estamos sufriendo un poquito por los laterales, que Ronald se nos cayó y Andrew Goodman se nos cae, pero también queremos buscar quizás algún revulsivo, ¿no? Al frente. Entonces, darle un pequeño balance, digo, no se puede tener todo en la vida, pero ver, la verdad es que estamos viendo en todas esas posiciones y ya veremos en cuáles en la que podemos concretar algún fichaje.
La última, ¿qué significa para vos como el técnico del Atlanta United que la ciudad, que Atlanta reciba la Copa del Mundo dentro de 4 años?
Significa muchísimo, lo decía hace unos momentos que para la ciudad, para el entorno, para los jóvenes, sobre todo yo me imagino a los niños que verán de 7, 8 años emocionadísimos a un Mbappé, a un Neymar, a un Haaland en su estadio, en su ciudad, y la atmósfera, recibir a muchos fans de otras partes del mundo, sentir el calor de la emoción de una fiesta como es el fútbol en tu ciudad, es algo tremendo, ¿no? Entonces, muy contento por la comunidad, porque ya de por sí hay grandes fans de fútbol, creo que esto va a impulsar todavía mucho más el buen momento que vive la ciudad en ese ambiente futbolero que se siente, y creo que le va a venir muy bien a todos en general, para el país, para la ciudad, es extraordinario.
So, Gutman jogging pretty briskly around the training pitch. Is he ahead of schedule in his recovery?
Not yet.
Okay.
We have to see. We prefer to be cautious in those type of injuries. It was a tendon, so we need to be cautious, and we will see how's his recovery. Yes, I heard today was his first day of that, so we will see how he reports tomorrow. But I would say he's on the schedule.
And you said Sosa had a fever Monday night. Has he recovered from that? Is he healthy?
Yeah, not yet. Today he didn't train, as you saw. He presented a little bit more symptoms. It's not COVID, but he has a pretty severe fever.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Coach.